Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can connect CINC, Commissions Inc. to Google Sheets so that all those contacts, all those leads you have in CINC can automatically get put in a specific Google Sheet. You can even set up a filter to create different Google Sheets based on different criteria in CINC. It's super easy to set this up. Let me show you how. The first thing you're going to do is go to apination.com. And then you're going to click on this button here, Get Syncs. That's going to take you to all the syncs we have available: marketing syncs, real estate syncs, productivity syncs. You're going to scroll on down till you see Sync or Commissions Inc. right here. Click on that guy. And it's going to show you all the apps you can connect to Sync and automate. So we have Follow Up Boss, KV Core, Lofty, Moxie, and Google Sheets. So if you're using any of these, go ahead and set up that automation. And also set up an automation for Google Sheets. It's super helpful to have multiple of these things firing. Get these contacts exactly where you need them at all times. So I'm going to set up the Google Sheets sync. Click on this. And it's going to say, all right, we can connect Google Sheet. All right, we can send sync leads to Google Sheets spreadsheet. That's what I want. I'm going to activate this. And this way I can send the leads from sync into a Google Sheet. It's going to back them up if I want, or if I want to send leads with a certain criteria to a Google Sheet that I can, or if I want to send leads with a certain criteria to a Google Sheet. Maybe I'm collaborating with another agent. Maybe I'm sending those types of leads to another agent. I could do that too. All of it's automated, so I don't have to worry about it. So first I'm going to sign into my API Nation account. If you don't have one yet, you're going to click here to create one, or you can sign in with your Google account. Once you sign in, you're going to connect both the apps to create the automation. So I'm going to connect sync. I'll hit this button, and it's just going to have me sign in here. There we go. And once you make the connection, you'll see the account is now available to select for this sync. So I'm going to select it. We're going to do a similar thing with Google Sheets. Hit the big button. It's going to take you out to all your Google accounts. Choose the Google account you want. Just be aware that the Google account you're choosing, that is where this sheet is going to get created. So it's going to be in the Google Drive of that specific Google account. So once this gets up and running, make sure you're logged into that Google account when you're looking for this spreadsheet. All right, couple options here. Do you want to sync all contacts on first run? I do. I'm going to click that box, and that means all the contacts I have in sync is going to get pushed into that spreadsheet. If you think, you know what, I don't want all of them in the spreadsheet, let's start paying attention from now on. Just uncheck this box and set it up that way. I want them all in there, so I'm going to check that box. And then you're going to name the sheet, something you're going to remember so you can find it in the Google Drive. I'm going to call this my sync leads. And I'm going to hit subscribe. And remember, if you're setting up a certain automation to send out certain leads, make sure to name the sheet that's a little bit more descriptive so you know exactly which leads you're sending out from sync. So this all looks good. I'm going to show you two more things here. We have the filter here. And this is what I mean when I sending out particular leads. So maybe I only want to send out leads with a particular status. I can say status contains and then write the status here. And I can actually go into advanced mode and add multiple statuses. Maybe I want that status, or I want a different status. Or maybe I'm not worried about statuses. Maybe I only want leads that came from a certain source. I can say that. So lead source contains. Maybe I'm creating a backup of all the leads I've gotten in sync that have come from, Zillow or Realtor.com or Homes.com or any of those other places. I could do that also. Totally up to you. You can build this filter out. Maybe I want to I'm going to go ahead and clear this out, and I'm just going to send everybody over. Whatever you do with the filter, make sure to always save. That way we use that filter. And then I'm going to come down here to mapping. You can see we have a lot of options here, and we actually do most of the mapping for you, which is nice. Makes it simple. It saves you some time. First name from CINC is going to a first name here. And actually, this is kind of nice in Google Sheets. You know, it's just going to put everything we can pull from CINC into that spreadsheet in Google Sheets. This actually looks great. I'm going to go ahead and activate this CINC. And there we go. This is now up and running. It's going to create that Google spreadsheet. I'm going to take a look and show you that Google spreadsheet here in a second. But let's just say, for example, maybe you did create a filter and you said, you know what? I only want to send over leads that are in the zip code 85202. So you could do that. Let's do that. And then I would change the name up here. Kind of a nice feature. You can change the names. And this way I could have a spreadsheet of all the leads from a certain zip code. Maybe I'm assigning leads or keeping track of leads based on zip code. Just for example, I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways you could do this. But then, so you have this for 85202, but I got a bunch of other stuff I want to do. So I'm just going to clone it. I'm going to create an exact copy. And then I would just change this to whichever other criteria I want to make. And then that's going to create a separate spreadsheet for that criteria. So 85210. Let's do that. Zip contains 85210. And like I said, you could do this based on status. So you could have a spreadsheet for each status. You could do this based on source, a spreadsheet for each source. I'm just using zip code as an example here and showing you how easy it is to clone and just create multiple workflows. I would want to create a new sheet name. So let's try 85210. Cool. And then activate this sync. And that's it. Now let's hop over to Google Sheets. You can see there is my spreadsheet called CINC Leads, and all that information comes over. You can see there is my spreadsheet. It's called CINC Leads. All that information is already starting to come over. First name, last name, source, status, the address. It's ready to go in a spreadsheet, completely backed up. I can collaborate. I can send these to another CRM that maybe has a CSV. I could send these to another CRM. I could send these to another app that maybe needs like a CSV upload. I can just download all my CINC leads as a CSV and upload it. Or I could just have the spreadsheet as a backup, ready to go. All my leads, easy to work in a Google Sheet. So that's it. That's how you connect CINC Commissions Inc. to Google Sheets. You can back up your leads. You can get those leads into a spreadsheet and see exactly what's going on there, see what the status is. You can get those leads into a Google Sheet and see exactly what's going on there using the power of a spreadsheet. And you can easily collaborate because Google Sheets is very easy to do with any other real estate agents, admins, and marketing teams. You can just share that sheet with them and they can get to work with those leads as well. If you have any questions, need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. Go to apination.com, email us, give us a phone call. We are API Nation and we're connecting the world's applications.